Now we're good.
Okay. She has been working on her own mindset. So I was like, and obviously as coaches, that's a constant thing that we always need to be doing in order to like this business, right? You always have to be working on your mindset. So Megan's like, all right, I got this. And she is ready to hear from us. She lives all the way in California, which I'm like dying to get there one day. So I love that she is on my team because I just like to say that I'm friends with somebody who lives in California. So
that's fun.
Take it away, Megan. Thank you. Tell us a little bit.
Okay, so the announcements that I have is May 20th, which was yesterday, was the launch of the first ever plant-based chocolate recover. So hopefully everyone was able to get some of that. And we have a May challenge pack promo. So with any BOD challenge pack or completion pack, you will get access to the 21-day fix real-time workouts before they actually go into the library on 5/31, and it's $20 off the Ultimate Portion Fix Challenge Pack and $10 off of the kit for the rest of this month. And then hopefully you guys heard about the Succeed Together promotion, where any coach who earns their first success point gets the exclusive Succeed Together t-shirt. And any upline sponsor coaches who have at least 3 personally sponsored coaches who earn Success Club points for the first time in May also receive a Succeed Together t-shirt. So hopefully that made sense. And the registration for the Beachbody Classic Summit, you need to get that done before June 2nd, and that looks like a lot of fun. I really would love to enter in that one day. So a little about myself is my name is Megan. I've been a coach under Lisa for probably about 2 years. I have been doing Beachbody programs since 2014. I first joined because I was overweight. I had never been fit, like honestly, never ran a mile in my whole entire life. I had had 3 babies in 5 years. I was completely worn out, was tired all the time. I really didn't know where to begin. I felt like I was doing my best. I was going to the gym, putting in like at least an hour to an hour and a half the gym every day. I was trying to eat healthy, but like the weight wasn't coming off. I wasn't feeling any better. So I actually had a friend who did Insanity, and we both had the same thing, like 3 kids, and she like lost 30 pounds within the 60 days for Insanity. And I remember honestly kind of being skeptical about it. I was like, there's no way you can do that. But she totally did. And I followed in her footsteps, and I started with 21-day fix. And I was able to lose a total of 60 pounds. And I feel like I totally like got my life back. Well, actually, I feel like I not only got my life back, but I was in a better like mental state than I ever had been before. And I found like I feel like I finally found myself, and I was proud of myself, which was something that had never happened to me before. So my topic, kind of what I named it, is get out of your own head. So like how to start believing in yourself and living to your full potential. And I feel like I'm the epitome of this because I go back and forth. Like one day I'll wake up and I'll be like ready to go full speed, like 150 miles per hour. And the next day I'm like starting to doubt myself. And so I believe mindset is so important because I personally see how it affects my everyday life. Like not just with like my exercise or like my, I don't want to say like progress, but kind of progress, but like even with my kids, like I can wake up and it could be like crazy day. They're totally not listening to me. It's been like hectic, but you know, having like just letting that affect you and change your mood can really like change the whole entire flow of my day and really make a difference. So I feel like having a positive mindset really makes you be more productive. So your business life, your social life, yourself, everything. So I feel like it really boils down to also like just remembering the things that we're grateful for, like whether it's our kids, our health, you know, Beachbody coaching, like getting to help other people. It really, like, being able to remember that makes such a difference. So this year has been like really a hard year for me. So my dad died last year, and it's been like a trial. I remember feeling like so many days was like, what is this? Why is this worth it? Like, why do I want to be doing this? Like, why do I want to be eating healthy? What's so important about helping other people? Just like being in that dark space. And I mean, I went through huge trial of this, and then having this moment of like clarity where it's like, that's why it's so important. Like, your health is so important. You never know what tomorrow holds for anyone. And just being able to really remember that, you know, being so grateful for being able to wake up, being able to make the choice to eat healthy and to exercise is just so important. And not only do we have the opportunity to do it for ourselves and have this support in this community, but we have the opportunity to share it with other people. And that's something that not a lot of people have found. And there are people out there like me when I first started who they think they're doing all the right things, but they need that extra encouragement. They need that extra help. And that's when we really can come in and make the difference. So I'm reading Trent Shelton's new book. It's called The Greatest You. So I love this because it says, you can make the decision to not run from your battles, but to understand that you are one choice away from a new beginning, one commitment away from a new life. This moment can be the first step to changing your life forever. Don't let this decision keep you from facing the battle. The how isn't as important as the why. The how will reveal itself during the journey, but the most important step is actually starting the journey. So I feel like that really pulls back into like reminding yourself to take every day one day at a time. So like my focus for myself is the Success Club system, because they talked about that I think I read something about it today, that Carl was doing a challenge for everybody filling out the Success Club for a week. And sometimes you can look at it and it can be super overwhelming. You're like, how in the world am I going to have all this time to do all these things for 7 days? And it's like, don't think about the 7 days. Like, think about one day at a time. Like, whatever time little pockets of time that you have during the day, you just sit down and mark off 1 to 2 things during your little pockets of times during the day. And that's what I've really been focusing on. And even with workouts and eating healthy, it's like, we don't have to think about it. Like, goals are great. It's great to have a goal, but sometimes it can seem overwhelming to think about like 60 days or 80 days. It's like, no, don't think about that. Think about one day at a time, because you're going to get to 80 days. That's going to happen in a blink of an eye. Just taking it one day at a time is, I feel like, really what makes a difference. And just waking up. And also, I forgot to mention personal development. I feel like that's a game changer for sure. And try to do that as early as you can into your day. And that's just going to flow throughout your day and make everything so much easier when you get in that, you start the right mindset and you find the right personal development for what you're working on for yourself, so that it really tailors to what you need during the day. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes. Okay, I also feel like what's really important is remembering your why. So why did you start coaching? Who were you before Beachbody? what has Beachbody done for you? What's really made the difference? And if we can think about those things every single day and we can remember why we started and who we were before Beachbody, not only is it going to make us more like personable to who we're trying to reach, because honestly, Beachbody has been a gift, and I feel like all of us can agree that without this business, without this community, it's changed our life so much. Who would we be without it? And so to think of it like a gift is going to make all the difference when you're talking to people throughout your social media post. Everything is just going to tie into you having that mentality of the fact that this has been such a gift to our lives. I know lately I've been really working on not only the mindset, but taking a step back, because I feel like mindset also plays out to in my conversations with people. And sometimes I could be nervous to have this conversation. And it's like I've got to step out of my own limitations and remember my why. And this is important to me because I know that it changed my life. I would pay $1 million now for what it has given me. And just to go into these conversations with such excitement about Beachbody, knowing 100% that it is worth every single penny this person is going to pay, every single minute of their time, it is so worth it. That makes sense. I think that's kind of all I have for now. Does anybody have any questions? I'm reading the comments now, sorry.
That quote, you have to post that quote in our page. I love it, from the book.
Okay, I definitely will. I love that book.
What is it? The Greatest You?
Yeah, by Trent Shelton. Oh, I was going to talk to you guys about purpose too. And let's see. So I love that he talks about purpose and what your purpose is, and that you don't have to, doesn't have to be something like brain surgery or something like curing cancer. Your purpose can be just something as simple. He uses the example as a store clerk, like a retail, and how much of a difference it makes when you go into a store and the person is willing to help you and be there for you. What would you do without that person who gives you great customer service? And that it could be something so small that in the big scheme of things makes a huge difference. So I just think that that's so important too, because sometimes we get caught up in maybe it's been a difficult month and you've only helped 1 to 2 people. Well, that's not a difficult month because you've changed 1 to 2 people's lives. And so we're going to get no's and maybes, and I'll think about it, but we have a huge purpose, and that's super important.
Thank you, Meg. The first thing that you said was some days you wake up and you're like, all right, I'm ready to get this. I got this. This is going to be the greatest day. And then other days you wake up and you're like, oh, I just don't feel like doing this. I'm every other day. That's me. One day I'm like, all right, I got this. And some days I'll wake up and I'm like, did I make a post last night? What did I say? I don't even remember. Oh, I don't feel like doing it today. It is totally exactly what you said, and how Megan said, you need to do your personal development early so that you can get your mind ready, and focus it for the day. That's a really good idea. I need to start doing mine earlier.
I know it's hard to wake up and get it done, but when you do, it totally changes your day.
And just like you said, 1 day at a time. I always tell my clients, I'm like, listen, it's like AA. If you're out at a party and you feel like you want to eat something or grab something and you don't have any control, just call me and I'll be there for you.
Yeah.
Your sponsor. So that's kind of how you said, it's 1 day at a time. So it really is kind of like AA. Same thing with us.
Yeah. I was reading Rose's comments too, pregnancy, you'll get to 9 months eventually. Yeah, it is crazy. I remember that time too. And it felt like 9 months was so far away, and then like a blink of an eye, it's there.
And like mindset is something, it doesn't go away. Like I know that we can all agree that we need to work on our mindset every single day. Like not only for our business, but even, or like for me, if I'm at a party on the weekend, if I don't set my mind before I go to the party that I'm not going to eat the chips or whatever, that I'm just going to go there and I'm going to bring celery. I'm going to just have the veggies. Like if I don't tell myself that first and think about that first and go in with the mindset of what I'm going to do, I'll like destroy the place. I really am like an animal. I need to really control myself, but your mindset is something you need to be working on, like you said, every single day.
Yes, that's my thing too. Sometimes I'll have my mindset in the opposite direction. Like, oh, well, I'm just going to use it as a cheat day. And then I eat everything. And I'm like, probably shouldn't have done that.
So funny. Does anybody have any questions or anything for her?
Well, I was going to say that was awesome and so many great points. And I appreciate you like sharing your story about your dad, because we can get so caught up in kind of like what you were saying, like with the Success Club tracker. Yes, like we're checking off things to do, but like what is the meaning? What is the purpose behind those check marks? We tend to forget because we're so like, we need to hit Success Club. Like we need, you know what I mean? Like we get so like business focus oriented. We forget to like look back to like the person we were before we started this. And like, that's something that I take for granted so often. Because sometimes like I always complain to Dave. I'm like, I don't understand what's wrong with people. And I'm sure we all say that, right? Like, what's wrong with this person? Why don't they just do it? But I have to remember like, oh, I know why, because 6 years ago I felt like da 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 da. So like it's so easy to just get caught up in that checklist, but like, yeah, we are at like all those checks are check marks of people's lives that like, yeah, like this is absolutely serious. It's not just workouts and shakes, but it's someone's life and their quality of life, and that the quality of life that they're giving to their kids. I mean, I think we just tend to overlook that so much. So thanks for bringing that up and sharing that with us.
Yeah. Hopefully it helped.
Yeah, I mean, you always have to bring it back to like the perspective of things, you know, how.
Yeah. It's so easy to get caught up in everyday stuff, to like forget your purpose or your why, and the reason why you started Beachbody, and the reason why you wanted to coach to help other people. There's so many factors that sometimes it's nice to have the reminder, like my purpose is to help people, and that's what I'm here to do. So
Absolutely.
I really recommend Trent Shelton's book. If you guys
I just
are looking for any
got it on Audible.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, because if I don't do it now, I forget. I write it down, and then I have like 10 million notebooks, and I don't know where I wrote it down.
Same here.
So once I hear like a PD book, I go to Audible and I get it because I have like the credits already kind of backed up in there. But that's something, and I think I might have shared it on last week's call too, but has been really helping me in the morning. As soon as I wake up, I put on my Audible, and I'll either like walk around with my earbuds in, or I'll just, you know, have it on speaker or whatever it is, you know, to get my mindset right in the beginning and have like no excuses of why I didn't get my personal development in. Like I think we all can, you know, get our phone, get our earbuds, plug it in. And even if it's listening for 10, 15 minutes while we're making our breakfast or drinking whatever, or, you know, drinking our Energize, like it's 10 minutes that is accumulating every day. Because if you don't feel the ups and downs of this business, you're not doing this business. And you were talking about that too. Like sometimes, yeah, you're so high, and then other times you're like, oh my God, like 5 minutes later, like, oh, like what happened? Like I was feeling so good. But it's a part of this business, and that's why your mindset and doing that daily over anything else. And I love doing it. Like I started doing that maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago, like first thing in the morning, listening has really made a huge, huge difference. You just have to do it.
Yeah, you do. And I love the Audible too, because sometimes I'm like, oh, I really want to read the book, but Audible is
Not feasible. Yeah, it's just like
it's
it
easy.
doesn't happen.
We don't have time for that. We don't have time.
I know, right? You just gotta plug it in and listen. I'm always running around like to find my notebook too to write notes.
So funny. P.S. Is that your mom on the call?
Yeah,
Oh, I love it. I love it.
I know. She's like, "You want me to hop on?"
Yeah, it's so cute. If anybody's there that has their thing, can you put your picture on so we can take a picture?
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody's there. Come on, Mom. Get in on this picture. There you go.
Is that Kathy?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
So cute. All right, ready? Oh. Yes.
I'll take pictures.
Okay, everybody smile. All right, sweet. Thank you,
We got
guys.
babies in the background. Anybody have any other comments or questions? Anything they want to share? Going once, going twice. All right, Megan, thank you so much. I'm going to hang on. I'm going to stop the recording, but